What does it mean that Jesus rose from the dead? What does it mean to us? We can see in the gospel, these two disciples, they leave downcast from Jerusalem. They'd already heard that possibility that Jesus rose from the dead, and yet they keep going. It's like us. We've heard that Jesus has risen from the dead. But have we experienced this? What difference does it make in our lives? Maybe we're downcast, maybe we're struggling with a lot of things, but we hear this announcement. If somebody rose from the dead, that changes everything. Because the way we look at the world, everything ends in death. And sometimes in our lives, it seems like everything's going down that path. But if somebody rose from the dead, that's a possibility that I should be interested in. How do we meet him? More than just listening, more than hearing an announcement from someone else, how do we understand it? One, first, I think, by wanting to, by longing for it. I want something new. But it's all in the gospel. Jesus opened up the scriptures to them. Jesus is living in the word. Their hearts were burning within them. Secondly, the breaking of the bread. Jesus, they see him. They recognize him in the breaking of the bread, in the Eucharist. What we heard is the Mass, the word of the Lord and the breaking of the bread. And the third is the community. They go running back, and the first thing they hear from the apostles, before they can even say what they've seen, they're greeted with, the Lord has been raised. We're with each other. The longing in our heart, the reading of the scriptures, the partaking in the Eucharist, and being with the community of believers, that will help us to recognize that it's more than just an announcement for someone else, but that we too can encounter and meet the living Christ who is risen from the dead. He draws near to us in our discouragement, just like the two disciples. He's near. He's so near, we just have to have our eyes open that we can recognize him.